Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. In this session, we will understand about posting periods in SAP Business One. Posting periods are found in Administration module under System Initialization folder as posting periods. Before we jump into the application, let us understand with the help of an illustration how to understand the posting periods. Assuming that a new implementation for SAP Business One is on for a customer, you contact the accountant, that is Bob, for that company. You tell him that it is mandatory to define the posting period before any actual transaction that will happen within the company. Generally, the posting periods will correspond to the company calendar of that year and then the sub-periods in the fiscal year. That means that the fiscal year of the company will be your posting period. The company creates the annual financial statement once a year, but they want to monitor through 12 posting periods. Now the accountant asks that he needs to record a certain document or a journal entry within a posting period or a sub-period. You mentioned that the SAP Business One itself determines which posting period the transaction belongs to based on the transaction's posting date. So main key points to take away is you have to define the main posting period, that is the fiscal year, which usually corresponds to the company calendar, and the sub-periods in the fiscal year. Here you can see an overview of the posting period process. There are 3 stages in the posting period process. In this video we will focus on settings and the operational steps. The first 2 stages of the process. In the first stage, we define the settings for the posting period. First we define the main posting period for the fiscal year. Then we define the sub-periods in the fiscal year. That can be years, quarters, months or days. The second stage is operational stage. In everyday work we enter the documents and manual journal entries with a posting date that will be registered automatically to appropriate sub-period. Sub-period allows the user to control posting within them. That way the posting to each month can be controlled. And the third stage is period end closing, when you move all the profit and loss account balances to the retained earning accounts and zero out all the PL accounts. So the first is to define the fiscal period. Break down this fiscal period into the categories that you want. That can be year, quarters, months or days. Then the operational pertaining to day, that will correspond to posting date and the sub-period. And lastly, at the year end, it will be all closing. Let us understand more about the settings within the periods and the sub-periods. When you create a new company database, you create the posting periods for the fiscal year. The sub-periods are created automatically by SAP Business One in the fiscal year based on your selected type of sub-period. There are 4 available sub-periods within SAP Business One. It can be an year, it can be 4 quarters, it can be 12 months, or it can be based on a day. You define the sub-periods based on the company business need. A year has 1 sub-period, quarters has 4 sub-periods, month can contain 12 sub-periods, and days can have any number of sub-periods as you want. Using your selection, the system automatically creates corresponding number of posting periods. You can change these periods if necessary. Let us understand what are the mandatory steps within the posting periods. When creating new posting periods, we have to bear in mind the following important steps. The beginning of the fiscal year can only be the first day of the month. The start of the fiscal year is set automatically on the first day of the month that was entered in the posting date from field. It is highly recommended that creating the posting period from the earliest period onwards. These all things we will be seeing in the next slides. Also, you cannot have overlapping posting periods. GL determination is saved by the periods. And lastly, it is better to take decision involving the client's opinion. Let us understand about period status. The period status, the status of a period as assigned in the posting period window. Each status indicates which transactions and documents can be posted within the date range of each posting period. Mainly there are 5 period status. First is unlocked, where all transactions and documents are available. Second is unlocked except sales, where all types of transaction and documents are available except for the documents in sales, that is in AR module. Next is period closing, where the users with period closing authorization can post all the types of transaction and documents. This is highly used in implementation where you assign the user authorizations. Next is logged, where neither transaction nor documents can be posted. So the final is archived, where neither transaction nor documents can be posted. This status will be assigned automatically by the data archive wizard. Let us understand about creating a new posting period. A new posting period can be created by pressing this new period over the posting period window, and this window will be open, where you have to mention the period code, period name, sub-periods, the number of period, the period indicator, the period status, and the date ranges. So the period code, where you have assigned period code to the posting period, this has to be a unique code. Also in the date range, it is recommended that the date range should be equal to the first date of the month to the last date of the month or period. Due date range, the implementation would generally use this date range to begin on the first day of the month and on a date equal to the last day of the month. In the next session, we will understand about period and closing. Thanks.